Ladies, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you gave too much, too soon, only to watch as, suddenly, poof, he started losing interest? Have you ever wondered why some women seem to have men chasing them effortlessly, while others struggle to keep a man's attention? The truth is, attraction isn't just about how you look, how kind you are, or how much effort you put into the relationship. It's about mystery, intrigue, and power. And today, I'm going to reveal something that most women don't realize. There are 3 things you must always keep hidden from a man. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me clarify. This isn't about playing manipulative games. No, this is about understanding human nature, about keeping the flame of attraction burning. Too much transparency, too much emotional exposure, or too much effort can actually make a man feel too comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of desire. Men don't fall for the woman who lays everything out on the table from day one. They fall for the woman who knows how to balance connection with mystery. And when you master this, you'll never again have to wonder why a man pulls away, loses interest, or stops pursuing you. So, are you ready? Are you ready to discover the 3 things you must never reveal if you want to keep a man deeply intrigued, invested, and completely captivated by you? Let's start with the first one, and trust me, this is a game changer. 1. Your complete emotional vulnerability. Emotions are the lifeblood of relationships. They connect us, ignite passion, and create intimacy. But what if I told you that revealing too much, too soon, can actually destroy attraction? It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? We're often told that honesty and emotional openness are the foundations of a strong connection. While that's true, there's a difference between healthy vulnerability and unfiltered emotional exposure. The truth is, if you give a man too much access to your deepest emotions too quickly, you risk overwhelming him and shifting the dynamic in a way that weakens desire. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where you met someone, felt an intense connection, and before you knew it, you were spilling all your fears, insecurities, and past wounds? Maybe he listened attentively at first, nodding with understanding, offering words of comfort. But then, something changed. The excitement in his voice faded slightly. The playful, flirtatious energy between you became more subdued. He started texting less frequently, responding with shorter messages. You started to feel that unsettling shift, the one where you just know he's pulling away. What happened? Did he lose interest? Was he just not the right one? Or did something about the emotional dynamic make him subconsciously withdraw? Men are wired differently from women when it comes to emotions. They're naturally drawn to women who exude confidence, emotional stability, and an air of independence. When a woman presents herself as emotionally self-sufficient, a man sees her as a prize, someone he must earn. But the moment he starts to feel like he's carrying the weight of your emotions, something changes in his mind. He doesn't necessarily do this on purpose. It's an instinctive reaction. The moment he feels responsible for your emotional well-being, he shifts from pursuer to protector. And while protection is a beautiful element in relationships, it is not the same as passion. Passion thrives in mystery, in lightness, and in playful energy. When a relationship becomes too emotionally heavy, too quickly, it suffocates that spark. This doesn't mean you should suppress your feelings or pretend to be emotionless. That's not what I'm saying at all. The key is in how you present your emotions. When you reveal vulnerability, It should be done in a way that maintains your personal power. Let's take an example. Imagine you've had a rough day. Instead of unloading all your frustration on him, saying, "I feel so overwhelmed. I don't know how to handle this," try something like, "Today was tough, but I'm handling it. I just need a little distraction. Tell me something fun." Do you see the difference? One approach makes you seem in control of your emotions, while the other makes it seem like you need him to rescue you. One keeps the attraction alive. The other starts to shift the dynamic toward emotional dependence. Caretaking. Here's where things get really interesting. Have you ever wondered why men often stay obsessed with women who seem a little hard to read? It's because those women instinctively understand the power of emotional independence. They don't dump their feelings onto a man. They let him earn their deeper emotions over time. They share pieces of themselves strategically, making a man crave more. He wants to be let into her world, but she doesn't just hand it over. She makes him work for it. That's where the magic happens. Now let's talk about an even deeper layer, the perception of emotional control. You could be the most sensitive, deeply feeling woman on the planet. But if you know how to carry yourself with emotional confidence, men will find you incredibly attractive. Confidence in your emotions doesn't mean you don't feel things deeply. It means you don't let your emotions control your behavior. A woman who knows how to self-soothe, who doesn't rely on a man for emotional stability, is like a magnet. She's rare, intriguing, and someone a man wants to invest in because he knows she doesn't need him. She chooses him. Let's break this down with a real-world scenario. Imagine you're dating a man, and he suddenly starts acting distant. Maybe he's not calling as often, or perhaps he seems a little distracted. A woman who doesn't understand emotional power might panic. She might start asking him what's wrong, getting emotional, or over-explaining how she feels. But a woman who understands the power of emotional control will pause. She won't react impulsively. Instead of chasing reassurance, she'll pull back slightly, focus on herself, and let him come to her. And guess what? He will. Men are instinctively drawn to women who aren't emotionally dependent on them. This is why you should never fully reveal your emotional vulnerability to a man too soon. Not because you shouldn't trust him, but because you need to let the emotional connection develop before you hand over your deepest feelings. Men value what they have to earn. If he feels like you're emotionally strong, he'll respect you more, and respect is the foundation of attraction. So, how do you apply this in your love life? First, recognize when you're about to overshare emotionally. Ask yourself, is this something he needs to know right now? Or can I process this on my own first? Second, practice emotional self-regulation. When you're feeling overwhelmed, don't immediately turn to him for comfort. Build your own emotional support system. Have friends, hobbies, and passions that ground you. The more emotionally self-sufficient you are, the more attractive you become. Finally, stay unpredictable. Keep a sense of mystery around your emotions. One day you're playful and teasing. The next, you're deep and thoughtful. The key is to let him feel like he's discovering you, layer by layer. Because when a man feels like there's always more to learn about you, he will never stop chasing you. If this message resonates with you, if you've ever experienced the power of emotional control in your relationships, I want you to like this video and comment number 1 down below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, What are you waiting for? We have so much more to uncover, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. 2 now. Let's move on to your next topic about dating history. Your full dating history. Mystery is one of the most powerful elements of attraction. Yet so many women unknowingly sabotage themselves by revealing too much about their past relationships. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been on a date, feeling the excitement of getting to know someone new, only to find yourself slipping into the habit of oversharing, talking about past relationships, the heartbreaks you've endured, or the lessons you've learned? It feels natural, doesn't it? After all, honesty is important in relationships and sharing your past experiences. It can seem like a way to build trust, but here's the problem. Men don't process this kind of information the same way women do. When a man hears about your past relationships, he isn't just listening. He's forming perceptions, making comparisons, and subconsciously assessing how he measures up. More often than not, this does not work in your favor. There's a reason why men are drawn to the idea of exclusivity. It's not about control or outdated notions of purity. It's about a deeply rooted psychological trigger that makes a man value what feels rare and special. When you openly discuss your past romantic experiences in detail, especially if you reveal too much too soon, you strip away the mystery that makes you intriguing. You might think you're being open and transparent, but in his mind, he's creating a narrative. How many men has she been with? How does she compare me to them? Does she still have unresolved feelings? Even if he doesn't consciously express these thoughts, they're lingering in the back of his mind, affecting how he views you. Now let's be clear. This isn't about lying or pretending you have no past. Every woman has a history, and that's perfectly normal. The key is in how you reveal it, or rather, how you don't. When a man asks about your past relationships, you don't need to give him a play-by-play of every heartbreak, every ex, or every lesson learned. Instead, keep it simple, light, and vague. If he asks, "So what happened in your last relationship?" Instead of diving into details about how your ex hurt you, or how you stayed in something toxic for too long, you can say, "It just wasn't the right fit, and I realized I deserved more." Do you see the difference? This response keeps the conversation focused on you, not your ex. It signals confidence, self-respect, and the ability to move forward without baggage. Another crucial mistake women make is talking too much about their best experiences with past partners. It's one thing to briefly mention a vacation or an interesting adventure, but if you start reminiscing about how one of your exes treated you like a queen, took you to incredible places, or made you feel a certain way, you're unknowingly planting a dangerous seed in a man's mind. He may not say it out loud, but he's thinking, can I live up to that? Am I just another guy in her long list of experiences? Men don't want to feel like they are just another chapter in your book. They want to feel like they are the book. They want to feel like the experience they have with you is unique, not just another repetition of past romances. Then there's the issue of discussing the negative aspects of your past relationships. Many women fall into the trap of using their past as a way to create emotional closeness with a new man. They talk about the pain they went through, the betrayals, the lessons learned. But while vulnerability can create connection, too much detail about past hardships can actually backfire. When a man hears you talking about an ex who treated you terribly, one of two things happens. Either He starts feeling pity for you, which isn't an attractive emotion, or he starts wondering if you're still emotionally attached to that pain. And let's not forget the subtle message it sends. If all your past relationships ended badly, what does that say about the kind of men you attract? Whether fair or not, men make judgments based on patterns. If you speak of multiple exes who were toxic, unfaithful, or disappointing, he may start to wonder, is it them or is it her? So how do you navigate this? How do you respond when a man asks about your past without giving away too much or making him feel uncomfortable? The answer is simple: redirect and reframe. Instead of dwelling on the past, shift the conversation toward the present. If he asks about past relationships, give a confident, nonchalant answer, and then pivot. I've learned a lot from my past, but I don't really dwell on it. I'm much more interested in creating something amazing in the present. This keeps the focus on you and him, rather than you and your ex. It shows that you are emotionally mature, forward-thinking, and not carrying unnecessary baggage. Another strategy is to use playful mystery. If a man is pressing for details instead of giving a straightforward answer, tease him a little. Say something like, "A lady never reveals all her secrets." This adds a layer of intrigue while subtly setting boundaries. It makes him want to know more, rather than making him feel burdened by too much information. More importantly, it keeps him focused on the now, the energy between you, rather than drawing comparisons to your past. Now let's talk about something even more crucial: how to handle his questions about your dating history when he's clearly fishing for information. Some men will directly ask, "How many people have you dated?" Or even worse, "How many people have you been with?" First, understand that this question is often not about curiosity. It's about insecurity. He's not asking because he genuinely needs to know. He's asking because he wants reassurance that he's special to you. Answering this question honestly often leads to unnecessary complications. If the number is low, he might assume you're inexperienced or overly attached to past relationships. If the number is high, he might start questioning whether he can truly stand out. The best way to handle this is to be vague, playful, and confident. If he asks how many guys you've dated, respond with something like, "Enough to know what I want, and not so many that I don't know how to appreciate something real." This answer satisfies his curiosity without giving him ammunition to overthink. If he pushes for specifics, just smile and say, "Why are you trying to compare yourself? You should be focusing on being the best you, not worrying about them." This shifts the power dynamic back into your hands, reinforcing that your past is your business, and what truly matters is the present connection. At the end of the day, what makes a woman unforgettable to a man isn't her past. It's the way she makes him feel in the present. Men don't fall for women who give them an open book of past experiences to analyze. They fall for the women who keep them curious, who make them work to earn access to their deepest thoughts and emotions. They fall for the women who know that their value isn't in what they've been through, but in who they are right now. So the next time you're tempted to overshare about your past relationships, pause. Ask yourself, is this information necessary? Does it add to the attraction, or does it create unnecessary complications? Keep your past where it belongs, behind you, and keep your man focused on the most exciting thing in his life: you, in the present moment. If you agree with this, if you've ever seen how mystery keeps a man hooked, I want you to like this video and comment number 1 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We have so much more to discuss, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. 3. Now let's move on to your level of effort to impress him. There is something irresistibly captivating about a woman who seems effortlessly attractive. A woman who walks into a room with confidence, whose presence turns heads, not because she's trying too hard, but because there's an air of natural ease about her. Have you ever noticed that men are drawn to women who seem to have an effortless charm, as if they don't even have to try? That's because effortlessness is seductive. Yet what so many women don't realize is that the illusion of effortlessness often takes work. But the key is never letting him see that work. One of the most important things you must always keep hidden from a man is how much effort you actually put in to impress him. Think about it. How many times have you spent hours perfecting your makeup, choosing the perfect outfit, fixing your hair, only to act as if you just threw something on at the last minute? How often do you craft the perfect text, take the right amount of time before responding strategically, or hold back in a conversation to build intrigue? Yet when he finally gets a reply, it feels completely spontaneous and natural to him. This isn't manipulation, it's the art of attraction. Because the moment a man realizes just how much effort you're putting in to win him over, the dynamic shifts. He stops seeing you as the prize and starts seeing himself as the one being chased. And as soon as a man feels like he's the prize, rather than the pursuer, his attraction starts to fade. Men don't fall for women who try too hard to please them. They fall for women who make it seem effortless. Effortless attraction is the difference between a woman who is constantly seeking his approval, changing herself to fit his tastes, rearranging her life to accommodate his schedule, putting in extra effort to make sure he's always comfortable, and a woman who exists in her own radiant energy, enhancing his life without bending over backward for him. When a man sees that you are effortlessly magnetic, he assumes that's just who you are. And that assumption makes him chase you harder, work for your attention, and value your presence even more. But here's where many women unknowingly sabotage themselves. They think that by showing a man how much effort they're putting in, he will appreciate them more. They think that if he sees how much they care, how much they're willing to do for him, he will love them more deeply. But that's not how it works. Attraction isn't about logic. It's about perception. The more effort he thinks he has to put in to win you over, the more he values you. The more effort he sees you putting in to impress him, the more comfortable he becomes. And comfort is the enemy of desire. This is why the most confident, desirable women never let a man see behind the curtain. When they dress up, they don't ask, "Do you like this?" They wear it like they already know they look stunning. When they text back, they don't overanalyze because they aren't trying to win him. They're simply engaging in the moment. When they plan a date, they don't overcompensate by making sure everything is perfect. They let things unfold naturally. They understand that the most attractive energy is relaxed confidence. And most importantly, they never let a man see how much they adjust their actions, their look, or their behavior just to get his approval. Now let's talk about the deeper psychology behind this. Why do men lose interest when they sense a woman is trying too hard? Because effort reveals hierarchy. When you put in too much effort, a man subconsciously interprets it as you valuing him more than he values you. Even if he was initially interested, the moment he feels like you're working harder to impress him than he is to impress you, he starts to see himself as the one with the power. And once he holds the power, the chase is over. He gets comfortable, stops trying as hard, and starts pulling away, not because he's a bad person, but because his primal instincts are wired to pursue, not to be pursued. This is why some women who seem effortlessly attractive never struggle with men pulling away. They never let a man feel like he has them completely. They keep an element of mystery. They create an environment where he always feels like he needs to earn their affection. And that keeps him engaged, that keeps him chasing. So how do you apply this in real life? First, recognize the moments when you are over-investing. Are you spending too much time crafting the perfect response to his text? Are you changing your schedule to fit his, even when it inconveniences you? Are you putting extra effort into your appearance specifically for him, instead of doing it for yourself? If so, pull back, recalibrate, shift your energy away from trying to impress him, and instead, focus on being your best self for you. Because the irony is, the less effort you put into proving your worth to him, the more he will start to chase you. Second, become aware of your reactions. If a man compliments you instead of eagerly soaking it in as validation, respond with playful confidence. A simple, "I know," with a wink, carries more attraction than "Really? Do you think so?" If he cancels plans, instead of overcompensating by being overly accommodating, remain indifferent, because your time is valuable, and he should know that. The moment he senses that you are the one with options, the moment he realizes that you are the one he needs to impress, everything changes. And finally, understand the power of graceful detachment. The most magnetic women are the ones who aren't overly attached to an outcome. They enjoy the connection, but they don't need it. They invest in their own life, their passions, their happiness, so that when a man enters their world, he feels like he's stepping into something incredible, rather than feeling like he is the center of their universe. This is the energy that keeps a man hooked. This is what makes him obsessed. So the next time you're tempted to show a man just how much effort you're putting in, pause. Keep it to yourself. Let him believe that you are naturally confident, effortlessly attractive, and completely in control of your own value. Because when a man sees you this way, he will do anything to keep you. If this message resonates with you, if you've ever seen how effortless attraction works in real life, I want you to like this video and comment number 1 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Because trust me, the next thing I have to share will change everything you thought you knew about relationships. Stay tuned. Attraction isn't just about looks, charm, or how much effort you put into a relationship. It's about understanding human nature, the delicate balance between closeness and mystery, and knowing what to reveal and what to keep hidden. The 3 things we've talked about: your complete emotional vulnerability, your full dating history, and the level of effort you put into impressing a man, aren't about deception, but about positioning yourself in a way that maintains attraction, respect, and intrigue. Too many women unknowingly sabotage their chances by revealing too much, too soon. without realizing that a man's desire is fueled by curiosity, admiration, and the thrill of the chase. When a man sees that you are emotionally self-sufficient, he respects you. When he feels that your past is your business and not something he can analyze or compare himself to, he values the connection you are building in the present. When he believes that you are effortlessly radiant, that your beauty and confidence aren't something you painstakingly construct just to win him over, he can't help but chase you. And that is the key. He must always feel like he is the one chasing you. The moment he feels like he has complete access to everything, your emotions, your past, and your validation, the chase ends, and with it, his excitement and passion. This isn't about playing games or manipulating men. It's about understanding how to naturally maintain the dynamic that keeps a relationship exciting. A woman who knows how to carry herself with confidence, who maintains an air of mystery, and who lets a man work to earn her affection, rather than giving everything away freely, is a woman who never has to wonder where she stands. Because when a man is truly invested, when he feels like he has something special, he will never stop pursuing you. He will never take you for granted. He will see you as the rare, irreplaceable woman that he simply cannot afford to lose. So as you move forward, ask yourself, am I revealing too much? Am I giving away my emotional power? Am I making it too easy for him to feel like he has me completely figured out? If the answer is yes, it's time to step back, reclaim your mystery, and watch how quickly the dynamic shifts in your favor. Because when you master the balance of intrigue and authenticity, you will never chase a man again. He will be the one chasing you. If this message resonates with you, if you've ever seen how powerful it is to maintain a little mystery, I want you to like this video and comment number 1 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Because the next lesson we're diving into will take your understanding of attraction to an entirely new level. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come.